Shit. So tell the people who you is, man. Tell the people what's your name.
Chaos the Legend. They call some, my friends, close people, they call me Q. But Chaos the Legend, that's my rap name. That's what I go, basically my stage name. That's what I go by as. Or
Chaos
Legend.
the Legend?
Yeah, the Legend for short.
Yeah, the Legend.
Yeah.
So where you from, bro?
I'm from Florida, West Palm Beach, down at the bottom of the map.
Yeah. How was that? I heard Florida kind of, rugged. Some places.
Yeah. I mean, the weather's beautiful, sunshine, all that, a lot of palm trees. But I grew up on the real gritty side. So I grew up in the projects, Stony Brook projects, MLK Boulevard, 8th Street.
So how was that? Like, how was that coming up, bro? Like, was you?
It was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough growing up. Got into a lot of fights. People be out there, doing things they don't supposed to be doing at times. You might end up getting into a lot of trouble. A lot of influence out there. Bad influence, good influence. You know how it go.
Yeah, man. So shit, when you was coming up as a young kid, bro, was you always in a trouble, or did you always try to find your way out of there? Like, how was it?
To be honest, dog, since I ain't really have my pops there like that,
yeah,
it was hard for me to like be mentored into the right things. So I find myself, I be trying to do good, but I find myself drifting into that field and getting my hands dirty.
When you say you was getting in trouble, even though you wasn't trying, like, did you ever have to go do some time for that, or like, what?
Yeah.
Like, you ever go to jail or on that? Or
Yeah.
what age?
Yeah, when I was a jit, man, it probably started at like 13, 14.
Yeah.
Just in and out of juvenile detention centers. I already knew where I was heading basically, because in school I ended up in detention a lot or suspended and stuff like that. I was just not doing the right thing. I ended up in prison later down the line.
For real? What you go to prison for?
Like Grand Theft Auto, burglary, fucking with the guns and shit. Just stupid shit, man. Drugs, stupid shit. Trying to make a living.
Hell yeah, just hustling, trying to get it up.
Yeah.
What's the longest that you spent in in jail? Like, what's the longest time?
My longest sentence, I did about 4 years. 4 years, yeah.
So when you how was that, bro? Like, a lot of people don't. How was that shit was like? If you could have given an explanation for it, like, what's the?
I wouldn't wish it upon my worst opponent. Like, just don't go there.
Yeah.
It's plain and simple. It ain't a place for no man. They lock you up like an animal. I mean,
yeah.
You don't have your own free will no more. You gotta, they telling you what to do, when to eat, when to shit. It ain't cool. Yeah. It ain't cool at all.
So when you was locked up, bro, what was you doing? Like, what was you doing the past time you get out there? 4 years, what you was doing the past time during that time?
I did a lot of writing. I did a lot of writing. I was drawn to. I was real creative in there. A lot of people say I shouldn't even be there. Yeah. I was very talented, man. That's what they used to tell me. I used to draw portraits. I used to make cards for people and stuff. And any time, like, it was other people on the compound, don't get me wrong, that could draw real good, but they wanted to come to me.
Yeah.
Nice
work out there?
Yeah, I used to do tattoos too. I was nice.
Hell yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, I was nice with it.
So what made you when you got on your feet, man, what made you just go do? Because you told me you went to college right after that, like when you went.
Yeah.
So how was what made you just like, man, if I'm gonna just change it? What made you go that way, go that route, change your lifestyle?
Well, I was like I said, I was pretty good in art and shit like that, and writing and stuff. Mm-hmm. I just felt like a lot of people told me that I can do it.
Yeah. And
I started believing in myself. So I told them, okay, when I get out, I'm gonna try to go to college, and that's what I did. Yeah. I got out and went straight to college.
So what you go to college for, and where'd you go?
I went to New York City, Manhattan Art Institute at the time. I spent some time over there doing graphic design.
Is that how you got into the rap? Like, is that how you started messing with rap and like music? Is that how you got into that, or you been on it your whole life? Like,
no, I've been writing rhymes and shit. I had a manager at one time.
Yeah.
Manager named Jeff, matter of fact.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeff.
Yeah, he was cool though. Like, I'll be in the studio. He was the one that was like pushing me to go hard with it. He was like, man, you got a little something there, so just keep doing it. Yeah. And that's, every day I come in there and I'll try to write a whole song. Yeah, I was doing, and then up north, of course, after prison and shit, that's when I started like really like trying to do it. I really started trying to get into it.
Into the music.
Mm-hmm.
So you say when you got out of prison, that's when you really started going hard for the
Yeah,
hard,
yeah. That's when
that's
when I started like writing much more prominent, much more prolific type shit. Yeah, I started because my mind frame had done changed.
Yeah.
So now I was thinking on a higher level, trying to write on a higher level.
Yeah.
And I had more confidence in myself.
So in Texas, have you met anybody that you clicked up nice with?
Yeah, it's been most of the guys that I just named.
Yeah.
But Kid Oso, he really been loyal and staying strong and putting in the work and the effort to bring that new wave, that new music to me. Really been motivating me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, like I say, shout out to Kid Oso, man. Good music, man. He been doing the hard work. He been doing what most people ain't trying to pursue. He been actually stepping on that treadmill and getting it moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I talked to Kid also a few days back, and he told me that y'all been locked in ever since y'all met. And
Yeah.
Y'all just been hitting the ground running.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good team. That's pretty good. So is you like y'all gonna be like artists together? Like what you want to do? You like a artist? You want your own label? Like how you doing that? What you got?
Actually, right now, I'm glad you spoke about that. Right now, I'm actually CEO and founder of a label. I can't put it out there right now because I got some more paperwork and stuff to go through. But yeah, he's one of my first artists. I have a bunch of other artists, but they got to put in that work.
Like what you think that an artist has to do just to become a full head-on rapper to make it, to get exposure? Like what you think? Well, the qualities of it.
Yeah, well, gotta have characteristics, right?
Yeah. Like what's the characteristics of it?
Okay, yeah, most definitely. Well, for me, it's persistence. And then on top of that, you gotta be able to write that music. Like that's your product that you selling, basically. And you gotta hustle that.
Yeah.
You have to, and have the energy. You have to be motivated. Everything that it take to be a successful person, basically.
Yeah.
You gotta have that drive. You gotta have that drive. You gotta want it. You gotta be passionate about it. Otherwise, you'll end up being distracted, deter from what your task's supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, so I know your artist. I know the artist that you got right now. I know he kind of young. So what would you be like? What would your advice to be him? Like, what would your advice? What would be your advice to him? Him being so young and trying to keep him on track. How would you? Like, what's some stuff that you tell him every day to keep him motivated?
Yeah, well, he hang around me a lot. So he as we go throughout our day, he gonna learn a lot of stuff from me because I just be spitting a lot of knowledge, man. I be dropping a lot of jewels, and I don't even be knowing I be dropping them sometimes. It just happens. It's natural.
Yeah.
But for him, he already had the qualities. He just gotta want it. He just gotta keep at it. Yeah. That's really it. Consistency. Be persistent. Yeah. That one drop of water that's gonna break the rock. Just a drop at a time. Eventually, that rock gonna crack.